scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls,
yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, getting picked off Bentley white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full. Yeah.
New toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm the connect, my boy. Off the top,
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, the mental lie. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with a two. I paid it out of full. Yeah.
you see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins. Touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now ETN to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. And they'll go again with ETN. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Flush to his right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 48 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. On 1st down, right back to ETN. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Dolphins at 9-2 to start play. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The play fake. He'll look to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Ndamukong Suh in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Give the sack to Lor'Renzo Carter. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And this is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work down inside the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way down.
Into that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. And they'll begin by running the option. Down to about the 22 here. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Second and 3. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And Jackson throwing once more. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. There's Mooney with another catch. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. To throw again is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson now. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. That's complete to Troutman, right side. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 75 yards. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Flush to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Back to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 22. 62 yards on the ground for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. He'll try again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. The York now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Travis Etienne, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are back within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
135 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another toe for Etienne. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 147 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 29, Jackson. Forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Jackson's throw there, complete to Mooney. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. He'll look to throw. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. York able to send this one through, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
Austin not going to try and return it. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll start on the ground. ETN. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
So a big play coming for the Panthers. They'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
That's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, That can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Dolphins, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, although I'm truly a Renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father. But why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas literature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause go ultimatum. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth,
Real tune, flow sinister. I'm a finisher. Many men gon' need ministers. I'm a men in them. Enemies, I'm the enema. I'm a on them, just like my keys drop my on a dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential. It's consequential. Philosophies unidentical. I'm not into you. My Siamese brother Benjamin. That's how I stick to him. These diamond bees, all BBs. I call them Vivica. Skating underneath a bridge. Stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids. Ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins. I need a 10. Stay muddy to the lid. 800. Eat a.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
Big about her, petty, don't matter. Far as the teller, I pray to God they rattle tattle. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now a better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimmish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been to prison. No boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. Say, what you talking that funky, about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that might give you life advice. Get some money.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from
it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. It's people that wake up and go get it.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but I know he ain't never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big kids came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold 1 million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the dirt, out the block. I was already sold, I don't work back to the clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, they missed a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with it too. I paid it out the full.
Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket crew, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, get them picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock them. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miscount cause I'm off a... Yeah, this bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like riches, hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like Woody.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, I don't work back to the clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, they meant a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with it too. I paid it out of full.
New toys, convoys, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits tryna get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you this gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy. And I can send it in a text, my boy. Thumbs up or the emoji with the flex, my boy. Personalize every threat, my boy. Toll free, that's direct, my boy. And if you need a couple, I'm to connect, my boy, off the top.
I just scraped it off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, I don't work back to the clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that baby, they meant a lot. Whenever she calls, the what I gotta do, I'm moving with it too. I paid it out of full.
My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better. Why these tell me? You can join the journey, you is worthy. Just allow me, no. Kicking down your door. Bloodsuckers, I see this industry is filled with sheep. People that pretend to be something that they will never be. Oh my, I just need some little old peace of mind. The sons of kings, the ghouls, the gods. The moon, the light, the fools, the fogs. My God, oh God, this is son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes, baby.
I can never be controlled. Let them know. 500 helicopters driving me gonzo, but they want you just to envy. Let them see it. I'm the first to say it, now it's time you just believe it. I got too many fakes, made lots of foes, these people cold. Talk down your dreams because they know they can't come close. Don't shake no hands, just to your friends, I walk alone. I see both sides of all the titles, you need to grow.
I be rushing mine,
But I ain't like the others no more. God, I'm learning lessons as I go.
you're only wasting time.
Tell the devil there's a door. Praying God is only trying to test me for the
You'll
glory.
always want more. My God, oh God, this is Son of God level. The sun, the sky, you can see the vibe. We ride the high, always on a high level. So open up your eyes better.
It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I.